All right, first up we got L. So L, we're gonna get your setup, and I think we got two here. So the first thing we want to look at, see how your that's it. We want to get your shoulders more aligned. So here is uh, women's professional golfer Nelly Corda. Here is her line. She's going to be putting right at the left side of this hole. See how we're going to blow up. See how I can see her left arm in front of her right. Her right arm is back behind her. Her right shoulder's back behind her, and her left shoulder's forward, and I can see her left arm. See, when you're setting up, you have this tendency to get your shoulders. See, now they're starting to point to the left again. I can see your left arm underneath your right, and then you hit this first putt and stroke. Okay, so see how your shoulders are way open. The reason that's important is because we want to make sure, so take a look, we want to make sure that this putter head path moves straight back and straight through. In order to do that, we need our shoulders aligned because our hands are right underneath our shoulders. The other thing is, watch, her legs are fairly straight. We've got a lot of bend from the waist and then kind of rounded shoulders here at the top. So if we take a look, say, and it doesn't matter, here's Nelly Corda. If we take a look at, say, the kind of greatest putter to ever play the game, this is Jack Nicklaus. See how his legs are fairly straight. He really bends over when he makes this putt. See how his eyes are out past the golf ball. He's really kind of making almost an L with his body. And this is when he's 46 years old. Here's when he's 26 years old. Look at how he's really bent over. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to get his shoulders to be parallel to the ground, so that way his shoulders turn on a what's called a plane that's perpendicular to the ground. So his hands go straight back, and his hands go straight through, and his putter goes straight back, and his putter goes straight through. So it doesn't matter whether it's Nicholas or Nelly Corda. We got to get these shoulders. So here's our second one. I'm going to close your shoulders here. I'm going to get your butt to stick out. That's it. Get your eyes more over the golf ball, and I'm going to close these shoulders. I'm going to keep that right shoulder back, trying to keep that right shoulder back. But then you're going to start opening up the shoulder again, and then we got kind of issues again. So now your shoulders are aimed. I'm going to try to close them again, and then they kind of meander open again, but that's okay. But that's the thing we're going to work on with you. But a good putt. You almost made this putt. So here we go. And here's Benny, and here's his before technique. Okay, and now we're going to get Benny set up for his after technique. So here we go. I'm going to get out in front of Benny. I'm going to go, okay, legs fairly straight, stick the butt out. That's it. Bend over from the waist, eyes right over the golf ball. Okay, better, Benny. So we're going to slide your hands down on this club. Okay, and we're going to come down, 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 down. We're going to try to straight legs, stick your butt out, bend over from the waist, and get the eyes right over the golf ball. Okay, so I'm working on it. But there's a lot of things. I'm trying to get your hands correct on the club. Okay, see how you rounded your back? So now we want to stick this butt out. Okay, so here you got straighter legs, and now and standing up a little bit. So the next thing we want, see how our eyes are right over this golf ball? See how your eyes are inside this golf ball? That's the next thing we're going to work on with you, is getting your eyes over the golf ball. There's only so many things we can work on at one time. That's okay. Good putt. Okay, so here's Lucas, and we're going to take a look. So we'll take another golfer. So good setup here, straight legs, bent over from the waist, shoulders about parallel to the ground, eyes over the golf ball. Good, Lucas. And we'd rather have you bent over a little bit too much than not enough. Now this is a good putt. Now from here, you make a good putt. It's just that, watch this. As she putts through, watch how she keeps her posture here. She doesn't look up at the golf ball. Watch this. She's going to keep looking down, looks down, looks down. Then the ball's away. Then she keeps looking down. So she doesn't lift up out of her posture until the ball's in the golf hole. There you go. And it falls in the hole. Now she pulls up out of her posture. Okay. The reason is you don't want to be pulling up out of your posture too quick, because that turns your shoulders to the left. So watch this. You should be looking down at the spot where this golf ball was until this golf ball hits the hole. But that's not what happens. So just take a look here. You're going to hit this golf ball. Okay, and see, the golf ball's not even halfway there, and you're already out of your posture. And so let's take a look. Here's Lydia Ko, one of the best female golfers. Watch, she's going to hit this putt. Watch, she holds her posture until the ball's in the hole. Holds his posture. That's it. So this is what we wanted. This is what we need from you. But this will be the next thing. Good setup. Your eyes are pretty much over the golf ball. Then you stroke. You make your stroke, and then you come out of your, and then you got a bunch of body English. So that's going to be the next thing we'll work on with you, is holding that finish, and that will give you a lot more consistency. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next person. And now we got, coming up, we have Sherri-Leigh. So Sherri-Leigh has a tendency, like everybody, has a tendency to look up at the golf hole and that opens up her shoulders. So if we take Sherri-Leigh and we're going to compare, watch. She's going to keep looking down at the golf ball, even though the golf ball is away. Watch, we're going to zoom in on her eyes. Let's see if we can. So she's going to hit the golf ball, and she hits it, and her eyes still look down as she strokes the putt. She still looks down, starts to look up a little bit, but let's take this next golfer. But you can see that her shoulders don't open up. So watch. So she makes her stroke, and so watch this. She's going to stroke through the golf ball, stroke, and now her eyes are still looking down. The ball's away. Then after the ball is almost halfway there, then she might turn her right eye under her left and maybe look. That's it. Now she starts looking at the golf ball. That's what we need from you, Sherri-Leigh. We want to keep this head down, keep this left shoulder forward, and this right shoulder back. You have a tendency to open up those shoulders. As example, watch Nelly Korda's right shoulder. So see how it stays back? So she doesn't push her right shoulder forward. So good. Your eyes are over the golf ball. Okay, this is better. This is better. So I was holding my finger down here, and I was going to hold up one or two fingers to make sure you keep looking at where the ball is. And watch how your shoulders stay lined up. This looks great. Good. Your left shoulder didn't go back. And this ball is now more on line with where we need it to go. Now from here, we're going to keep this left shoulder forward even more and then accelerate the hands through to hit the ball a little bit harder. But this is much better. Your shoulders stayed more on line. Okay. And Roen, that's what we have here. So look at how your shoulders aim to the left. And I'm going to try to keep as you stroke through, when your putter is going to the golf hole, try to feel like that left shoulder stays forward and that right shoulder stays back. So if we take a look at Nelly Korda here, watch her right shoulder. I'm going to put a dot right on her right shoulder, and you're going to see how her right shoulder doesn't go out and around. It just stays stays back and turns under her chin. So I'm going to try to get your right shoulder to stay back. That's it. As you stroke through, I'm going to keep your right shoulder back. That's what I'm shooting for. That's it. Trying to get that right shoulder not to come around. But it does here. You end up looking at the golf hole too soon and your shoulder's open. Watch. So here it comes, and you're going to stroke back just over this line, and then you're going to stroke through. So see how your shoulders kind of open up here. That's okay. So as you come through, that's it. So see how your shoulders are opening up there. That's what we're going to keep on the next. We're going to keep your right shoulder back, your left shoulder forward. Okay. So next up, we got Miranda. We need Miranda's feet a little bit wider apart. See, we have about 12 inches in between the 2 feet. There you go. Wider base for your feet. 12 inches in between your 2 feet. And that's it. More room. There we go. That's it. About 12 inches. And we get this right index finger down underneath the club. So Miranda, you keep getting this right index finger down the club. See how there's no right index finger down the club? We got to get this right index finger under the club. Don't have it down the club because that makes your right hand want to push. So I get this right index finger. I pull it down underneath the club. So here you go. I'm going to get this right index finger. I'm going to put it under the club, and then you remove it to where there you go. Here it comes. There you go. And you put that right index finger back where it shouldn't be. That's okay. That's going to be one of the things we work on, but better shoulders, better. Okay. And okay, good. I've got I don't think your index finger, good. Your right index finger is underneath the club, I believe. Yes. And much better stroke here. Huge, huge improvement. I just want you to see this. Watch. So here's professional golfer Nelly Korda. That's it. Keeps her shoulders very still as she there she go. Lydia Ko. See how her right shoulder stays back, her left shoulder stays forward. Watch you here. This looks great. Your right shoulder stays back, your left shoulder stays forward as you stroke through. Watch this. They're much better, much better. Looks great. That's the best stroke of the day. Anyway, great work, you guys, and we'll pick up where we left off next time.